we are going to find and describe the characteristics of informational text, or nonfiction, as it used to be called. All right, so I'm going to be making a folder. So just like I did with our fiction, and I just dropped the poetry one. Oh, and I almost just fell out of the chair. Okay, we're good. Fiction and poetry, just like I did with fiction and poetry, okay? Just like I did with fiction and poetry, I'm going to make another folder for our informational, or old word, nonfiction, right? So I'm going to write on the front of my folder, I'm going to write in for informational. And then just to help us for right now, because we're still going to be learning, I'm going to write parentheses nonfiction, just until we get used to saying our new word. All right, so let's think about some characteristics that we would give informational or nonfiction. We've said a few. We came up with a few during our read aloud. All right, so what is one characteristic that I could write down? What is a characteristic I could write down? Walter, what's one of them?
Facts and real pictures.
Okay, so I'm going to say
Facts and photographs.
Gives information and facts. Okay, gives information and facts.
And pictures.
Yep, hold on, I'm gonna add that. But I'm putting it in its own line. So I'm gonna say includes real pictures. Okay, what else? Bianca, what else?
The author's purpose is to inform us.
Okay. Author's purpose is to inform us. Okay. Why would we read nonfiction? We're going to read it to do what? I'm thinking of an L word. We're going to read it to what, Tristan?
Learn.
Learn, right? We're going to read nonfiction to learn. When we read nonfiction, we're reading it to learn something. We're reading it to learn something. Okay? So, does nonfiction have to be about one thing? Does it have one topic when you read nonfiction? It doesn't, right? So like a story, when you're reading a story sticks to one thing, right? It sticks to one topic. But like when we had our animal eyes, did it just focus on one animal in their eyes, or did it focus on multiple animals in their eyes? Bella, did it focus on one animal or multiple?
Multiple.
Multiple, right? So our nonfiction, unlike fiction, or our informational, unlike fiction, can have a variety of topics. We're not going to necessarily just have one story. It's going to have a variety of topics, okay? And then one thing, so then I have a few other characteristics I'm going to add that you may have learned about in second grade, maybe not. Nonfiction can have headings or no headings. So what I mean by this is when you are reading nonfiction, sometimes you are going to have what is called a heading. This is a heading, right? This lets me know this whole page is going to be about the chameleon. Well, when you're reading nonfiction, sometimes you have those headings and sometimes you don't. So we know this whole page is about the chameleon. Well, when I look at All About Owls, does that look like the same thing? Do I have something telling me what this page is going to be about? Do I have like a little thing up here telling me this page is going to be about this? Ollie, do I have something up here telling me this page is going to be about this?
No.
No, I don't, right? So you can have it can be either way. And the reason that this is important for us to know is because when we're looking at different kinds of passages, so not necessarily books, when we're looking at passages, we have to understand that even if it looks like it's a story, it might not be a story. It might still be informational or nonfiction. Okay? All right. The other thing that nonfiction has, I have two more. We're almost done. It has a main idea with supporting details. Ooh, who's heard about main idea? Thumbs up if you've heard the word main idea. Thumbs up if you've heard the word main idea. Okay, or raise your hand. Either way. Thumbs up if you heard about the word main idea. Oh, I know you've heard about the word main idea, right? We probably learned about main idea last year. So a main idea is when you're taking one idea and that's going to be your full, that's what you're talking about. That's what your whole book should be about. So, right, our main idea was animal eyes. And then we went into details about each different kind of animal in their eyes. You got to go to Miss Davis.
Sure.
Michael?
Can I go to English room?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Or like on this page, so we know that this is going to be about the chameleon's eyes, right? And then it's going to give me different details about the chameleon's eyes. So we're going to have one main idea with a lot of supporting details. All right, and then our last thing, you may have heard this word before.
Michelle,
Yes.
do we have to write this?
No. I will let y'all know when you have to write. Okay. The other thing is text features. Raise your hand if you've heard of text features. Raise your hand if you've heard of text features. You've heard the word text features. Okay, I have a few people. All right, so text features can include photographs, diagrams, informational boxes, an index, glossary, etc. Okay, so we're gonna learn about text features. We're actually gonna be learning about that next week. So we'll be learning about some text features next week, and we're really gonna be working on pointing them out and figuring out why is this a text feature? Why did our author include it? Why is it important? And we'll learn about all the different kinds because there's a lot of different text features in our nonfiction. So these are all of our different characteristics of informational or nonfiction, right? So when we're looking at informational, we really want to make sure we're looking for, is it giving us information? Is it giving us facts? Are we reading to learn something, or are we reading just to read a story? Are we reading just for fun? Okay. Does it have those real pictures in it? Does it have a variety of topics? Okay. Does it have some pictures? Does it have diagrams? Am I seeing a glossary in the back? What is it including in the book that's making me think it's informational? Right? All right. So that is our informational nonfiction. So guess what? For independent reading, since we just talked about informational, I think some of you, I can say, are probably going to say you've been waiting on this. You get to read informational text or nonfiction today. You don't have to read fiction, because I know some of you have been like, can we not read fiction? Can we read nonfiction? Can we read informational text? Well, now you can. And Epic has a lot of really, really good informational and nonfiction text in it. So get out your reading journals real quick. Get out your reading journals real quick.
Miss Chandler, what are we going to learn on Friday?
You'll find out tomorrow.
Can't I find out right now?
No. Nope, because we're learning about something else. Because we're on Thursday. All right, so we're going to title this Informational. Okay, and then I actually want you to go ahead and write, just like I did, nonfiction in parentheses, because I want you to make sure that you remember that informational means nonfiction, okay? But it's just a new fancy word.
Miss Chandler, how do you know that Texas changed the word?
Because they told us so.
They didn't tell my parents.
Well, no, they're probably not going to tell your parents. They're going to tell, no, like the state, it's the TEA, the Texas Education Association, was the ones that decided to change it. So they told all of the teachers in school districts.
Yeah, but like, why does my sister still use the word nonfiction?
Because mainly so they really changed it for the upper grade levels. So that's us, like 3rd, 4th, and 5th, because of STAR, because of our big test that we're going to be taking in May. That is called STAR, the State of Texas Academic Assessment Readiness. All right, so you are going to be using the sentence stem. This is this is actually, we don't need the and. This is informational text because this is informational text because, and then you're going to give me 2 examples from your independent reading in your journal. You're going to give me 2 examples from your independent reading in your journal. Okay? And then remember, just like we did with poetry and just like we did with fiction, we're going to write a few of our characteristics down. We're not going to write all of them, but we're going to write a few of them down. So when we're doing our, when we're reading independently, we remember what they are. So we look for facts and information. We look for real pictures. We read.
Do we have to write the whole entire thing of informational?
Yes.
I can't.
Can you please slow down? Are you gonna give us time?
Yeah. I'm just writing it fast so then my people that write really fast can go ahead and write. Yeah, but I'm just writing really fast because then I'm gonna give y'all time. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make y'all. I'm not gonna just take it away all of a sudden.
Okay.
I'm gonna put AP. So AP means author's purpose, but I'm just gonna write AP so we don't have to write out author's purpose. And then topics. And then I'm not going to use the other ones, the other 3, the headings, the main idea, and then the text features, because we haven't technically learned that yet. So I don't want to add that to our characteristics just yet. I mostly want you to just look at these 5 things.